Okay, so good evening. So today we will see another important topic in web development or any web application. If you want to develop, there is one of the important topic called web scraping. So to get some kind of data from any other website and we want to use it in our website, we can go to the HTML source and we can view the source, and but it is very difficult to do that. So for example, if I just go to google.com, it will be a very simple page. So, but there is no, if I can start, there is nothing else, just a logo and input tab. But when I click just view page source, so this is not relevant, or this is not exactly human readable. Like it will take very a huge time for us to read and understand uh, all the data what exactly embedded in this web page. But to eliminate this kind of stuff in Python, we have one of the I meant to say module called Beautiful Soap. So we will be today we will be using that Beautiful Soap to hit the website, and then whatever the web page is there, the data is there, we will be scraping it, and we will get to our store it in whatever way possible we like. So before going to bit also, so what exactly web scraping is? Web scraping is nothing but extracting data from the web pages programmatically. So we write a script and it actually hit the website, and then it collects the information, and depending on our requirement. For example, if there is a news website and we want only headlines for all that. For example, if in Amazon, like Amazon or Flipkart website, if you want only the prices for all the listed elements under a specific category automatically, so we can actually do that by hitting their website, and instead of going one by one we can actually store them and we can visualize. So and that can be, it depends also. It's like we can actually track the prices, and we can daily run the product. What's the price yesterday? What is the price today? Something like that we can track. So Beautiful Soap is one of the tool which is very frequently used to automate different kind of web scraping websites, like web crawlers you can say. So generally, and it is actually will be this Beautiful Soap or web scraping will be used by different large companies also. Google is one of the example. Uh, Google runs millions of web scraping applications, which hits different web pages and collects all the data, and it actually keep it on its search engine, and the Google, when we are search it, it actually hit the uh, do the processing and get us the data which it fetched automatically using the web crawlers. Similarly, so but is it legal, web scraping? Because we are hitting data and we are getting data, and so anyone can hit the data and anyone can get the data, right? But this is actually the answer is depends. So which kind of data you are getting and which kind of websites you are hitting and how many times you are hitting that website, and if your script is slowing down that website, then it's obviously problem, right? So that's why whenever we do any web scraping, the data should be publicly visible, and we can't scrape the data which is a sensitive data. uh, like for example, you can't scrape the data for Instagram whenever you authenticate with your user ID. and password, and whenever you go into your account, and when you try to get all the, for example, all the photos from other account, or all the some videos from Instagram, or different accounts using your account, that is not allowed actually. So whenever you sign up for any social media platform, in the terms and conditions, there will be a clause where we can't violate, or we can't scrap that website using our authentications until unless they provide some API. We can directly use that API, and that we can get the data. That is very straightforward. But using directly the Instagram.com or Facebook.com, that is actually not allowed when we are using the authentication. So again, the scrapping practices is the key. So it's like whenever we run multiple robots, web crawlers, we can say. So we can actually try to, like, for example, we can actually run multiple uh, thousand crawlers at a time. So for example, when a user is entering the password, actually the robot, one of the web scraper, can actually crack that password also, right? So it can actually record whenever, for example, that page, when some user is trying to log in that page, and but this crawler is hitting that web page and getting the whatever the user is entering, hitting, then it can get. But the security authentications will be taken care anyways. But sometimes if any new websites we are trying to hit, uh, at that time that much encryption or authentications would be available. And even we should not hit frequently the website, and we slow it down. So for example, if we are hitting like 10,000 times in 1 minute, obviously that website will be take a bounce. Or I'm saying 1 minute, but you can say in 1 second we can hit 10,000 to 1 million times also, depending on our capability of multiprocessing, or however we do that using power computers. But as of now, we don't do that much hitting or hitting. But we should be very careful when we are running the web scrapers on the websites, and we should not hamper their like we should not down the websites using our web crawler scripts. So this is about web scraping. Now, if we go back to how we do the web scraping in Python, so it's like we use the beautiful SOAP module. So it's actually transforms what I have shown the message HTML into well organized information. So why we use beautiful SOAP? It is actually straightforward, and it will be very easy to write the code. What are we write in Python? So it will be very simpler, and it is like a straightforward methods will be available. It's not like uh, any other language, or we should write very complex logics and nothing like that. And we will have different kinds of tools where we can actually use Prettify along with Beautiful Soap uh, to view our HTML, whatever the data it fetched. We can actually use different formats like the HTML. Whenever there is will be two parsers, like HTML parser and XML parser, because both are the scripting languages, like markup languages, extended markup language, hypertext markup language. So for Beautiful Soap, we have both parsers. So let's go next. So Beautiful Soap, how we install it? If there is not there, we install it by calling pip install Beautiful Soap 4, and we import the library by import bs4. So now how we actually the data and get the data. So yeah. So we import Beautiful Soap from BS4 and the HTML content, website, whatever the website it got loaded, and we are using HTML parts. So now how we use that HTML, like find all, like how there are multiple methods as I said. So directly we created a soup object. Soup is nothing but just we our purpose, we have created one variable like that object, Beautiful Soup object you can see, and find if we find the title it will get the title tag. uh, if you find all is like one page can have all the paragraphs, right? So we can get all the paragraph data within under the article. So here why we are using underscore is like because class is a reserved keyword. Whenever we create an Python class, so we use the Python class, right? The reserved keyword. So that's what differentiate from that. Here we will be using class underscore, like so yesterday what I said, right? We have by class, so we in CSS there are multiple things like the class attribute, the ID attribute, like ID by class by ID. The same thing is like by select ID where the main header is. So now whenever we get that right, so for example if we get that element, so generally what we get the total tag, like title tag, everything we will. So but we want only text out of that, so then we can actually call with dot notation to get the content, like text content inside that. Similarly, if there is a article, like there will hyperlinks, right? So the anchor tags. So if you want what is the tags, then we can directly call get method, and by giving the attribute href, we get the value of the href. So this is one of the simple things. So for example, if I just go to this bbcnews.uk. So now here what we are doing, so in this website, so we are using request module, and request module is nothing but whenever we hit this website, that so we are actually storing our local copy. So it's just like we are hitting the URL in the browser. So similarly the request module also same thing, so it stores the local copy of this web page in the response. So so, so just yeah, we hit the URL and then we are storing it in the response. So now the response contains multiple things. So it's like it will be a response status and whatever the total content. So generally the content is nothing but the HTML content. It will be. So for example, let's do just I will be haven't printed it out. So generally it is giving only response. So, but if you want content, so it is giving the total like HTML, whatever the whenever we do the view page source, some right. So if I go here and right click and view page source, so all this content is actually stored inside response.content, not here. So it's like very useless in the metadata. So anyways, so now what we are doing now, we are just now we are creating one soup variable like, and we from bs for import beautiful soup. So beautiful soup response dot content. So and we are actually parsing. Now parsing, I want to find all h3 tags where the class is a gs underscore title. So if I just search this, so anyways, but definitely there will be a different h3 and h1 h2 h3. So I can't take this. So So that's what we are unable to search. So by as of now we can't find it, right? For example, but we should be knowing this is like GS underscore title. I want how we are getting the class name. Just I want to know that. Yeah, let's see what it. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, okay. So this is there is no H3, that way we are not getting anything. So okay, so now this, there is another demo example. This one. Yeah, this is news combinator, like one of the websites. So if we see the source, so now there are multiple links. So anyone can like update, and we can actually log in, and we can actually update any link, and depending on if it is genuine, then users will give us the points. So for example, if you see in processing instability causing or Dell decompression failures, so actually 231 points. So for example, if we consider here, so there is one of the thing where so 800 points, like 822 points. Yeah. This is 861 points. Thanks for that. This is so now what our goal is. So generally we want to get to scrap this website, and then what we will do, we get all the data, all the like this thing links, the headlines. So for getting this headlines and hrefs, so for example they have given this thing, right, uh, the anchor tags. So just I'm checking. So in the span name and where there is a class title, we have this href link and the title also, like, so the same thing like for beyond better planning. So all the href links are there. So now I want to get all the elements what are on this web page. I want to get everything into an maybe one array, and then the same thing after once we get all things. So we will be displaying only the wherever the point is high, then only we will be displaying what is the website. Where the link we will be displaying the data where we have the highest points. So how we will be doing? So the same thing. First we will hit the response, and now it's like uh, we can get the text. So once it hit the website, we are storing it in response to text instead of giving directly response to text. And then we are creating a soup variable and HTML parser. Now what we are doing is like if find all is like it will actually find all the elements where the name is span and the class is like title name. So uh, in that we are actually getting the text, and then in the tag we are finding the href value. For example, let me just so this is nothing, just we are writing a for loop where because find all will get all the elements into a list. So we are looping one by one elements where this tag will be. So let's see that also how. So if we just check, so this is like we are printing all the tags like whenever we are hitting and we are finding all the name where the name is span and the class is title and we are getting everything into a list. So we are printing via for loop. That's why we are getting this one. It's in title line, title line, title line. So if you see, and then we are storing all that what are the tags it returned. We are storing the text, so the title text. So this is the text. So after the href, uh, there is a text highest interest rate savings leaderboard. So we are storing the text into a variable. The similarly we are storing the hyperlink whatever the tag is there. We are storing that into the same thing, highest interest rate.io. So, but as of now, this is just for understanding. But now again, we want how many upvotes are coming. So again, we will be scrapping on the website. again we are finding where the name is TD, and inside that the class is subtext, and uh, finding all that elements. So now I see the source. So if I see here, so this is actually inside TD, and inside this is inside TD, and the class is like subtext, and inside the TD, if it is a score, we are finding where the class is score is none, then we are actually appending. If there is no score, so for example, if there is no vote set, then we are actually considering it as 0 votes. So, but if we are getting some data, for example, we are getting some votes like 128 points or 232 points, 32 points. We are not taking these points, we will be taking only a number. So how we are doing, we are actually appending. So now we are actually finding the same thing, the content, and we are just splitting with the space, and we are just taking the first value whatever is written. So as I said, uh, the list starts from the index 0, the array, any array list, anything. Now we want, once we get all the data, we want the max, right? So we want the index where the article of what's is max. So where the article having, so we are using the max method, and we are getting the index of that. So we are storing that. Now we have article title, article workforce, and we because everything we are scrapping is in ordered only, right? So whatever the index it is there, so it will be at the same index. For example, if I go back and if I see here, this is the last index, highest interest rate, 0. The corresponding will be like the same thing. High, the title is highest interest rate savings leaderboard, highest interest dot io. The same thing now I want. So I am getting the maximum value. So where user is having maximum points, depending on that I'm getting the index of that, and then I'm just printing all the values pointing to that index. For example, user is at fifth place, like fifth or sixth place, then the index will be 5, and everything like at that index of 5, we are just getting all links like title, words, and links. So like now, if I just run this code after saving, so yeah, so thanks for that. This is why I keep getting fished. So 102 points available at this thing. So now it is like 1020 points. So got increased, I think, 5 months ago. If I just now it is like 1020 points by 605. So it is at 8th position. So but it is having highest point. So that's how we can get that. For example, what is the minimum price? Just uh, in examples, how we can use it in our daily lives. So to get the minimum price of that particular element, or what is the max price, what is the min price. There, for example, if you want to buy a TV for the same model, or different websites, what prices it is quoting, we can actually write a script and give different websites and get the same thing. Uh, yeah. So that we are just scraping their websites and we are getting our own data. So it can we can integrate with again Twilio API to directly message us. So yeah. So this is again one of the important I meant to say we will be using not frequently, but yeah, this is one of the important topics. So we have provided the link as well, documentation. So you can just go through and look. That's it for today.